Yes. Okay, so let's start. So what you see on the screen is really going to happen today. It's happened as well in Berlin, so I'm just wondering, who was there that sit in Berlin? I have seen some familiar faces. Okay, so please don't tell what is going to happen. Something will happen. So the session today is about conversational AI. First, an introduction, who are we? So my name is Bart. I'm a development lead, innovation lead in some company in the Netherlands. This is Soumalya, Fiori, UI5 developer, but nowadays also a Kai developer. As you can see, we love to share knowledge in the community. So we have hosted several sessions in Waldorf, Berlin, Hamburg now, and also in the Netherlands. Next week again we speak in the Netherlands about a blockchain case with IoT, Hyperledger Fabric related. So that's us. So what are we going to talk about? It was already named intelligent technologies. Definitely Kai is part of that. Kai means conversational AI. And Kai is a technology that understands natural language and is turning into action. Yeah? So the handcuffs are coming. So just a little history of Kai. So it all started with the Copilot. Copilot was introduced somewhere in May 2017. Also known as the Godfather, yeah. So then in 2018, in May, SAP acquired Recast.ai. Recast.ai is a really powerful bot building platform. And then, I think it was July or June, they merged both teams within SAP into the Kai platform. So basically, the SAP Copilot technology is moved into the Kai platform. So from the outside, it still has the look and feeling from Recast.ai. And that's where we are now. So now we talk about conversational AI. We don't talk about SAP Copilot anymore, because SAP Copilot means it's a separate product, it needs a separate license, and it's not like that anymore. It's just the Copilot. Copilot is still there. It's also known as the digital assistant. But now we talk about conversational AI. I hope this is a little bit clear. Who knows Copilot, by the way? I know that somebody told me today, okay. Who knows conversational AI? Who knows, is there anyone with hands-on experience in building bots? Okay, good. Good, that we can have also discussions afterwards to share knowledge and experience. If we talk about conversational AI, then we talk about basically two audiences, so the employee and the customer. So let's start with the employee. As mentioned before, it all started with the Copilot, the digital assistant. How does the employee benefit from this Copilot, this digital assistant? Basically, it understands natural language, it knows what needs to be done, yeah? And then it can automate the process, but maybe not fully. Maybe it can just help the user to navigate to some landing page in the system, yeah? Because SAP has a lot of difficult, complex transactions, and even the SAP Fiori applications are not always that easy. The digital assistant can really guide the user into the SAP systems. But another example is the Concur. They have an FAQ bot to just answer the FAQ questions. Let's say if you travel to sit in Hamburg, you want to know what is your allowance for dinner. You can just ask this bot, how much allowance do I have, and you know what amount you can spend on your dinner or your beers and so forth. So it will really help the employee, and as mentioned, it can also help you to automate the task at the end. If you look at the customer, there's a really good use case where there's a lot of B2C, so a lot of customer interaction. One of the examples here is the insurance company. Also in the Netherlands, at the end of the year, we can change the insurance. This is peak time. It starts in December and it ends in January. And what we see in the Netherlands as well is that a lot of customer interaction is happening at the time. A lot of questions about coverage, about cost, etc. Clients are switching also from the insurances. So this means that the insurance companies need to scale up, because they need additional customer care support. And at the end of the support, they can scale down again because they don't need these employees anymore. So this is just an example of a meaningful use case. Another thing is mostly a customer care center is available 5 to 9, maybe not on Sundays. Yeah? But this is a 24-hour support, and also that the customer don't need to queue anymore in the line. Yeah? So what is the backbone of Kai? I just give you a brief explanation, and then my colleague Soumalya will deep dive and show it in the system. Yeah? So it's all about intent, and an intent is basically understanding what needs to be done. So that's, for example, we have an intent create purchase order. So the end user can ask the chatbot different ways how to create a purchase order. So I want to create a purchase order, let's create a purchase order, and so forth. So this really helps to understand what needs to be done. But we also need data. Yeah? Let's talk about entities. SAP has provided 28 golden entities. For example, date, time, location, and so forth. So it really understands this input. But besides that, we can also define our custom entities, because this is only the 28. So let's take an example. We have a SIT. We have a SIT in Hamburg. We have a SIT in the Netherlands. We have a SIT in Waldo. So we just define a custom entity SIT, and then we can have our entities like the values Hamburg, Waldo, Netherlands, and so forth. Yeah? And then we know what needs to be done. We have the data. Then we can turn it into an action via a so-called skill. This is what we see a bit later. Yeah, I've been to TechEd for sure, and we also have some hands-on experience building bots, so we clearly have some challenges in the past. So what I took as a lesson learned from the TechEd, and it really made sense, is in Q3 1909 release, they introduced this connect via so-called destinations, the business connector. So this really simplified our life, because initially we had to do this by coding, and at one of our clients we were not even able to establish the connection, even not with the support of SAP. But we also knew from SAP that 1 month later they came with this connection thing, so we decided to wait after the release, and now we are continuing with the POC and so forth. But this was really a big game changer for us in building bots, the destinations. And another thing is the SSO, because at the end a bot can connect with different systems. You don't want the user to authenticate all the time again. So the SSO was really a must to have in place. Yeah? And there's also a new SAP Kai web client channel. What else is coming? What I mentioned already, the FAQ bot from Concur. This is also coming as for the client, for us as a partner. We can build FAQ bots based on templates, then we can even extend it. So this is, I think, a quick innovation that we can leverage to all of our customers anyway, quickly. Then we have another one, OData skills generator. So based on an OData service, we can generate skills. The primary focus is query, but for sure the full CRUD operations will come short afterwards. Another one is the multi-bot. So basically, one bot, you don't catch a lot of different bots, right? So you just need one bot connecting to other bots. Yeah. For partners, it's also meaningful that we have the marketplace in place, so we can create our custom bots and we can publish them on the marketplace, and then we can even earn a little bit of money. Yeah? Another innovation which will come is extensibility. For sure, you can extend skills, but this also means that if you extend the skills, just like ABAP, you need to check again the code if it has impact. And also here, SAP will come with a solution, which is on the roadmap. And on the right side, you have a lot of bots, but this is basically for easy LOB. SAP will create a lot of out-of-the-box bots. Success factors is one of the main priority at the moment, but also Ariba S4, for example, for S4 they are working on a procurement bot, but all of that is still not really available. So this is why we need bots. SAP will clearly create a lot of bots out of the box for each LOB, for each solution. What I also learned from the TechEd is basically it's not just about Kai, it's basically about combining technologies. So the Kai is just understanding what needs to be done, yeah? But if you look at the RPAs or the automation, so you can even automate the full process, right? The combination of Kai and RPA is really powerful, but you can also imagine that you have a bot and something is broken, and you can just send maybe a picture and the machine learning will identify, okay, this is the part which is broken, and then automate the full process again with the RPA. So the message here is just don't look only about to Kai, but look at the full picture, also in the other technologies. I hope this is a clear picture. Now we want to see it in action. So we have handcuffs, we have Alexa. So we have a use case. Intelligent Enterprise AG. So clearly an innovative company implementing S4 and all this new stuff. Huh? We have two personas. The one is Ollie. This is a new employee, young guy, really eager to learn. And then we have the little bit older guy. They just implemented S4 and needs to understand, find his way in the system, approval of tasks, and so forth. So what we want to do now is basically we need two people from the audience and to play this scenario. So we need volunteers.
Can we have two volunteers, please?
We need two volunteers. We need one Ollie and we need one Carlo.
Yeah. Okay, I see. Thank you. And one more, please. I know it's already a long day after lunch. Just a little bit more energy, guys. Just one more. Can we just have? Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You get to play with Handcuffs and Blindfolded.
Oh, great.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. For you as well?
So this means for you guys, if it won't succeed, then there is no break. Huh?
Okay, may I? What's the other one? Oops, sorry. May I? I think maybe it's good if you open the door. Wouldn't want to damage those. We have already asked for a few minutes of grace time because of preparing the setup. Just a minute, let me check if it's done. Alexa, are you connected? No.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
This is due to the German network. We have a lot of issues with the coverage here.
And the internet.
Now in setup mode. Follow the instructions in your Alexa app. You connected. Now go back to the Alexa app.
No worries, also in Berlin it worked at the end. And just to mention, this is not for sure not a business case, it's a real scenario, but we just want to show it in action, that it's understand what needs to be done and it's doing something.
I know you guys are feeling a bit frustrated, but sorry for that.
Are you still here?
Yeah.
Just breathe in, breathe out. Take your time, relax.
Would it help if people got off the Wi-Fi?
No, no, it's okay. We just connect to a personal
We
one.
just did a dry run and it was working with Wi-Fi. The German coverage is here.
Then we do it with that.
You've connected. Now, go back to the Alexa app.
Okay, sorry guys. So we were having a bit issue with the Alexa. So we will do it with the mobile phone. We have the same app in the mobile phone. So the only problem is that the reception is a bit bad, so I have to hold it in front of you. Okay. So let me just say that you are Ollie. You are a 25-year-old new employee in an organization, and you work in the procurement department. You don't know heads or tail about procurement, but you have to order at least the handcuff keys. You have to make a purchase requisition of the handcuff keys in order to get free. Otherwise, we don't have the handcuff keys. Yeah? And he's your manager sitting beside you. He will play the part after you have finished. Yeah. Now, so the bot that we have created is called ProgBot. We have named it that way. And she's a little bit moody, so when she speaks, you don't speak. You just have to listen. Even though you feel annoyed, you have to listen to her. And if you listen to her, you'll get through. Okay? Just remember one thing, the article code for your handcuff is article number 45. Okay? That's it. Shall we start? Okay, great. Alexa, start ProgBot. Alexa, start ProgBot.
Hi there, I am ProgBot, a conversational AI created to help with procurement activities. I am trained to create a purchase order, check its status, approve or reject POs. Please listen to the instructions carefully before giving an input. As an employee, you can start creating a purchase order simply by saying, I want to create a purchase order. If you want to know the status of your last purchase order, then you can ask, what is the status of my PO? As a manager, you can check how many POs you have pending by asking me how many POs do I have. At any point of the process, if you feel something is not right, then just say restart.
I want to create a purchase order.
I will assist you in creating a purchase order. All you need to give me is the contract number and the item quantity. If you know the contract number for the PO, then just tell me the number, numerical inputs only. Example, 1023, 1056, etc. If you don't know the contract number, then just say, no, or, I don't know.
I don't know.
No problem. I will find relevant contract for you, based on the supplier name. Please, choose the relevant option from the list of suppliers mentioned below. A. Superkeys. B. Dell. You can only choose one.
Super key.
I found the following contracts for the supplier, Superkeys. Please note the relevant contract number for your article. This will be required as an input later. Contract number 1055 with article number AR45. Contract number 1056 with article number AR46. If you have the relevant contract number now, then please tell me the number, numerical inputs only. For example, 1055, 1056, etc. Or, if you want to start over again, you can say that you want to create a purchase order.
45. 1045.
This doesn't seem like a valid contract number. If you'd like to start over again, then just say, I want to create a purchase order.
I want to create a purchase order.
I will assist you in creating a purchase order. All you need to give me is the contract number and the item quantity. If you know the contract number for the PO, then just tell me the number, numerical inputs only. Example, 1023, 1056, etc. If you don't know the contract number, then just say, no, or, I don't know.
1055.
Please let me know how many units of the article do you want for this purchase order. The quantity could be either anything between 0 to 10, or any multiple of 10 less than 100.
2.
Okay, let's recap. You have given me the following details for your purchase order. Contract number, 1055, supplier name, Superkeys, article number, AR45, cost object, WB102, item quantity, 2. If you want to proceed with this data, then say go ahead. Otherwise, if you want to start over again, then say let's restart.
Go ahead.
Success. PO6 has been created. Total cost of the PO is 700. After some time, you can ask me the status by saying, what is the status of my PO?
Who's that?
The database for this prototype has been reset.
Okay, so now we just reset the full database, unfortunately. We just, it's okay. We just now show how a manager can actually interact with this. Just a minute. Start Progba.
Hi there. I am.
Now to create a purchase order.
I will assist you.
1056.
Please let me know how many.
2.
Okay, let's recap.
Go ahead.
Success.
Okay.
PO7 has
You're the
been
manager
created.
now, yeah?
Total cost of the PO is 900. After some time, you can ask me the status by saying, what is the status of my PO?
Restart.
If you are an employee, you can say, I want to create a purchase order, or ask, what is the status of my PO? If you are a manager, you can ask, how many POs do I have?
How many POs do I have?
There are 1 purchase orders pending for you. If you would like to know the details of the latest PO, then please say, which is my latest PO?
Which is my latest PO?
The details of the latest PO is as follows. PO number 7, contract number 1056, supplier name, super keys, article number AR46, article quantity 2, total cost 900. This PO is within the budget of the cost object WB101. Please give your decision as I approve or I reject.
I approve.
Success. Purchase order 7 has been approved.
So you have been approved, and then okay, then we can set you free because the purchase order was successful. So okay, thank you for tolerating the torture. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Very sorry for the minor interruptions initially with the prototype. This was just to show you that yes, it actually works. This was a disclaimer we should have shown before we started. Okay, now. But the handcuffs and the blindfolds were just to show you that how easy it can make life for us. Like, of course, creating a purchase requisition in SAP is not really a big thing, and it's not something new that we are doing. But with help of a conversational AI bot, it can be even much easier. You don't have to look into it or touch it as well. So let's have a little look under the hood of what we have actually shown you now. Yeah? This was a very, very simple prototype that we created completely in the SAP Cloud platform. We had the conversational AI, which connected using the XSO data services to HANA database in the cloud, and which connected to Fiori Launchpad to show the Fiori operations, but today we couldn't show it to you. We can even do this on premise as well. Yeah? So it's not always you have to talk to it. This was just to show you. But you can even do it in your Fiori Launchpad as well as a chatbot window, which will open. And that's something that you're going to have out of the box very soon. Now, how does it all work? Let me just quickly show you. So this is the CAI bot building platform. I think a few of us already have experience with this.
You're still on the PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not sharing. I'm sorry. How do we connect this? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is the dashboard of the CAI platform. And these are all the bots that I have created, and we will today look into PropBot, which is here. So inside the bot, as Bart had originally told you about something called intents. So what are intents? Intents are nothing but kind of a collection of expressions that the audience might have said. So maybe we can check a few. Let's say the restart one. We had an issue with that. So I have said like these many, this kind of expressions can be given by the audience when they try to mean restart. So it's the intention of the audience. So, and each expression can be categorized inside entities. So this green field that you see, this is called a restart entity. So and entities are something like keywords that we can identify within an expression. So the bot would know when it finds this kind of keywords or this kind of entities, what to do. Okay. There are some standard golden entities given by SAP themselves, and some are custom ones that you can create yourself. Okay. Once we are done with the expressions, then we create the skills. So this is the build platform, the skill build dashboard, and each rectangle that you see is a particular skill. So let's just open one of them. Let's say this one, for example. So a skill has a trigger. So this actually tells the trigger actually tells the skill when to execute. Yeah. So here we have said that when the order list intent is found, then you should execute it. Okay. And a few requirements here we don't need, but sometimes you may require a few data to execute a skill. For example, like to create the purchase order, you needed the details first, right? So that you would put in the requirement section. And finally, the action section tells, okay, now you have got everything, you know you have to execute, now what to do? So you can either give some text reply message, or here what we have done, you have given an OData service URL with your credentials to the backend system, and the OData service sends the reply. And that's how we get all the data, and that's how Progbot gives you the answer. This is quickly to show how it works. A few things that have come up now is the connections. So there are multiple connection channels. For example, we have used the Amazon Alexa channel to connect our chatbot with Amazon Alexa. This one is a brand new one. This is the Conversational AI web client. This helps you connect your bot to your SAP system that could be on cloud or on premise as well. Yeah? And the monitor as well. So if you want to really monitor how good your bot is performing or which skills are actually performing, they are all analyzed here. You can see the log feeds, okay? You can see the user metrics as well. So this tells you which conversation is being executed more, which is less, which skills are rendered more, which intents are rendered more, which entities are rendered more, everything. So you get a full customized report out of it, which helps you to maintain the bot even for the future. And let's get back to our slides now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, how will this then connect to your on-premise system? Because most of us are using on-premise, right, as for HANA. Very few clients that we at least have use cloud. So in on-premise, you need to have a Cloud Foundry account, of course, okay? So inside the Cloud Foundry, we have a SAP Kai service now, which has to be configured. And I have already showed you the SAP Kai web client channel, which I just showed you. So these two clients connects together, and that fetches data from the backend. Okay, that helps you fetch the data from the backend. Okay, and now I'm almost out of time. So just a few more minutes. This is previously, before these channels came up, we used to connect it with destination, the XSUA, and the connectivity services in the Cloud Foundry. But now we have these two to help us out. Yeah? And this is the future of the SAP interaction, and that's where we are heading more, and we are even researching even more. And I think a lot of people here has also done this. So that's it from my side, and though we are a little out of time, but can we take at least a few questions? Okay, then thanks. And anyways, I have a few important links as well that I have just described today. When the slides will be shared with all the attendees, you will definitely get the links as well. Eh? So yeah, a little bit of Q&A, if any. None?
Or we do it during the break. So fine.
Sorry? Oh, you have. Maybe.
First of all, thank you very much for showing us this. I think this is a great tool. I love to play around with this. And I'm giving advice in the trade industry. And traders, if they make a deal, if you believe it or not, they do it by 1 or 2 sentences. Yeah? They say something like this: I want to purchase 20 metric tons of Tyrol monomer, 700 euros per ton. 1 sentence.
That's possible, yes.
But here it was like
a few steps. Yeah, this was
a few
bit
steps.
guided.
So this was for me a challenge. I got told by these colleagues of CI that I should split this because they want to check, you know, if there's I did mention the vendor, of course. You need to know the vendor, but every these items you need to know if you want to create a trading contract or purchase order. So what are your experience? Can it be done in one sentence? Or does it really have to be as you have shown here? I mean, this was not fast entry. It was entry, but it, you know?
Okay. This was the demo for guided people. So like, because we chose random volunteers who have absolutely no clue about the prototype and the system. So that's why we broke it down as many steps as possible and as guided as possible. Yeah? This will definitely help a first timer. But as you said, if you really want to do it in one sentence, yes, so as I showed the intents and the expressions and the entities, so we have to train the bot like that. So it can be done, yes, but the training has to be changed. Now it definitely is possible within one sentence. Some entities has to be recognized as data inputs. Okay, so for example, if you say I want to create a purchase order of contract X for item for 20 items, so 20 and X has to be recognized as data inputs, and then the processing should be done. It can be done, but we didn't do it just for this prototype to make it a bit more simple.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I think we have to stop.
Okay. We can do